So here we are going to Firebase Krill with Team 1 consisting of Strike Red, Cowofschmau against Team 2, Serosidus and Fukushim. So we've got a Coalition Galcian against a Coalition Soban mix. Let's go to production. And this is also a modded replay. So, what have we got? Strike Red in red, appropriately. And Cowofschmau in his cream and yellow. Against Fukushim in green and Serosidus in what looks to be a sky blue. Yeah, light blue. Light or pale blue. And here we are on Firebase Krill. Firebase Krill is a weird one in my book. So you have a strong defensive position up on top here, but if you want to project any real power, you need to control the forts and outcroppings in the middle of the map. Now, this makes it a very defensively focused map, unless of course you break through, and the moment you take a fort then it just turns into ruffle stompers. You cut them off from all their expansions, but such is the way of things. If you're not going to defend properly, then you're going to get punished. Now what are we seeing? No light assault tech there yet. Skimmer tech already done for Cowofschmau. Fukushim has LAV tech already. And Sero is going straight for AAV fab. Let's see, Sandskim is on the right, moving over and going to be met by light attack vehicles. Looks like just trying to, looking for those favourable fights. So, Cowofschmau jumping on one of the isolated LAVs, and he should pull off, because keep in mind, heal. Don't necessarily need to go for the kill on Coalition and Sobani units. If he ends up losing skimmers for that... No. Oh, see. So, he could have left it so the LAV was on low health. I realise it still does 100% damage, but either it needs to be pulled back to be healed, or it's going to be vulnerable in the next fight you go into. And it ended up costing him a skimmer, so... Again, broke even, but... he could have gotten out there with just a lot of damage on. I suppose it's not too bad. He managed to get some high ground bonus on those other two, but would have preferred not to lose a skimmer. Either way, he has prevented any further aggression against him. Strike going straight into a support cruiser. So, yeah, looks like Strike's going to be going for an eco build. While Cowofschmau secures middle of the map and gives him some breathing room. And they're getting 2 artifacts off the back of that as well. But is that... yeah, Sero just bringing out the AAVs. So they've got to be very careful. Is there any sign of tech to counter that? Yep, rails are already teched by Cow. And... AAV fabrication? Yeah, again, he's been eco-focused, so it makes sense. Oh man, see, for these early AAVs, they've then gone super passive. They really need to be pushing out and gaining some control or dealing with those base runners. Very much a missed opportunity there. Their opponents have not only got map control, but are also getting an eco lead. Just the AAVs from Sero. And Railtech coming from Fukushim. So it looks like both teams are communicating and planning, or at least coordinating their build together. Gunship from who? Oh! Fukushim pulled a gunship rush. Okay. That's pretty spicy. How much value is it going to get, though? That's the real question. Come in and helped clean up those skimmers, but doesn't seem particularly effective. What's the damage? So yeah, the pressure really coming on from Team 2 now. Fukushim and Sero putting a lot of pressure on. I don't see any rails out yet. So, that said, even if rails were out, that gunship would clean them up pretty quick. So, I may have complained about being too passive, but still that window of opportunity. It looks like Strike Red is going to lose his entire economy at this rate. AAVs versus AAVs has never been a particularly interesting fight. I don't think it's changed that much. So this entire expansion pretty much laid to waste, although Strike keeping, what's that, 1 or 2? 2 salvages alive, but ugh. One assault rail here trying to prevent any more economy damage. And it looks like between the healing beams, the salvages are going to survive, and that AAV goes down. Another 2 more on the way, but I expect they're going to be blocked by those assault rails. Again, it's very difficult to justify gunship's existence. It's trying to be a dedicated ground support unit, but it can't afford to be too powerful, otherwise it would just be stifling to the game. And so, as you would expect, the strike fighters that kind of do everything moderately well are the preferred. Yeah, so those AAVs, again, I think, so they will kill 2 salvages, but nothing more than that. Man, I really hope that doesn't pop up in the actual stream chat, because that'd be kind of crappy. I'll have to disable that if possible. But back to the game. That gunship swooped in for a bit of extra damage and pushed off by the missile ships. Looks like Cowofschmau not wanting any more trouble from the air. I don't know why anyone would want, hey, you've got 100 messages in your chat. Whoopie-doo. That doesn't mean anything. It's like joining a Discord and you're randomly chatting with someone and then says, oh, congratulations, you leveled up. So? Oh, anyway. Let's get back to what's actually going on here. Strike Red going for that support cruiser AA. Still seems to be very popular. I'm not surprised. And base runner eating some rail fire over there. What fun. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Again, that gunship's still up. Getting a lot of value out of it. Killed a couple of units and it's still alive is the important thing. Yeah, both teams now settling into very defensive postures. Red just holding his fort, so he's got control over here to go for economy. And pretty much the same thing happening on the other side. So this is going to turn full late game. I'm expecting carriers to get, heavily upgraded. I'm surprised to see no power reserves yet, but soon. Bit of a fight down here. Assault rail's not really faring too well there. 1 for 1, or is it 1 for 2? 1 for 2. Very standoffish at the moment. Fukushim finally getting the AAV tech, which is going to give him access to cruisers. Whether he'll actually use that, I don't know. And yeah, Cowofschmau wants interceptors so that he can delete that gunship from existence. But yeah, again, with this defensive ground up here, it's not safe to really be milling around in the middle. So I expect Cowofschmau going to be forced to fall back or give up those units. We have movement over here from Red. Just some LAVs and AAVs though. I'm not sure what the logic is here, although Nothing really defending here for Sero. So they could actually get some good economy damage here. I'd like to see a run by these LAVs, but they are pulling back. But why though? But why though? Are these upgraded? Nah, there's no upgrades on them, so I suppose... Yeah, Cal's still losing some of his rails over there, and I believe he's even lost one of those missile ships, which is rather silly. And... oh dear. Gunship's pretty tanky. I realised it was a heavily damaged missile ship, but, you know, once upon a time, or in vanilla at least, you would not have been able to achieve much of anything. That said, no armour upgrades either, so... The poke game continues. Where are we for upgrades? So, again, just very little investment into upgrades. Assault cruisers coming out from Red. See how that pans out. Oh god, don't do this to me. There we go. I hate that bug. And siege cruisers come... right, so it looks like Cow and... oh, there we go. Fix that. Fix that. There we go. Looks like Cow and Red going for artillery and siege cruisers, respectively. And from the other team, Fukushim going for battle cruisers. And air coming out from Sero in the meantime. I do feel like Sero is a massive disadvantage at the moment. He is really relying on that air. Meanwhile, Cowofschmau engaging in rather pointless conflict. That gunship gonna chew up those strike craft. Oh, was it a lure? Looks like, yeah, these interceptors are going to wipe the floor with that gunship. So, it's looking pretty one-sided at the moment. That's a win on both sides. Cowofschmau pushing Fukushim and Red pushing Sero. That's at a lot of strike fighters, but that's a missile battery. One missile battery down. But there goes strike fighter. This is looking pretty bad for Sero and Fukushim, though. Yeah, all Strike needs to do is move up and produce more missile batteries, and that's going to be very bad for Sero. He really needs some ground force to back this up and start pushing them off. And he's not getting all that much value from the strike fighters either. I realise he's taking out rails, but it's not going to be forever. And there's also interceptors, which really need afterburners. Because, goddamn, they're slow without. Who's that? Fukushim's got his own air. Well, I say own air. Has his own strike fighters now. But they are getting chewed up by interceptors. The hell? Oh, right. It's a dead strike fighter. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was. Yeah. So, looks like Red is going in for the killing blow on Sero here. I don't see how Sero's going to recover at this point because he hasn't produced anything to actually defend up here. I don't think he realises his railgun doesn't have line of sight here, and is probably getting pretty frustrated by that. And he's just trying to spam AAVs at it. Not the best play. And again, in the meantime, Fukushima is losing the air war quite badly. Yeah. These are some very bad trades and are going to cost Sero and and Fukushim. Surprisingly, Sero's still holding ground. I suppose, yeah. So Red is overinvested in missile batteries. Ah, right. So, Lucky Sunders? Ah, right. From this railgun, you mean? It's pretty funny. But yes, Sunder and AAV is a hugely potent combination. Very easy to underestimate. It's really weird. How did Red lose momentum there? It's just to AAVs. Really peculiar to me. Losing support cruisers behind it as well. Oh god, is Cowofschmau losing ground as well over here? Yeah, Cowofschmau is sat on 4K. How much is everyone sat on? Let's have a quick look. So, Sero and Fukushim aren't sat on too much. These two Chads, between them, are sat on over 9K CUs and over 2K of RUs. I wonder why they're losing ground. And meanwhile, we've got a battlecruiser from Fukushim. 2 battlecruisers even. 3 battlecruisers even. Okay. That's enough to push down your carrier there. And I don't think these heavy rails would necessarily hold it back. And meanwhile, right, Red has finally finished cleaning up those AAVs. You know what, at this point, the only way I can imagine these two fighting is just bashing their heads together like, oh. It's just full ham. So yeah, Red, if you could just put some of your rails up there on the fort there and just lock it down. Just grab your 2 artifacts and be happy, right? Like, what? This debris field, look at it. Okay, that's, Oh, and of course, because there's now no AA left, and Red hasn't thought I need to rebuild my AA, the strike fighters are back. Okay. Red now rebuilding his missile batteries. Okay. Those base runners putting some pretty good damage down. I think they're going to get one. Please? Please kill one. There we go. Kill one, kill 2, kill 2. Come on. Come on, kill 2. You will kill 2 strike fighters at least. 3? Oh, there we go. 3. Look at it. Look at the glory of that. Oh, man, look at that. Almost max rank. Almost max rank. That is a base runner ace. Superb. Superb. Not bad. Meanwhile, Cowofschmau with... I was about to mention how he's got a high rank interceptor and it immediately blew up, so never mind. But Cowofschmau now making plays to push forward. Siege cruisers... Siege cruisers against battle cruisers. If Fukushim is aggressive with his battle cruisers, I imagine those siege cruisers are going to be a really bad choice. However, those battle cruisers are just eating rail fire, so... and are any more of them left? The answer being no. They have all died. 1, 2... Where did 3 explode? Oh well. Didn't need that economy anyway, did you, Fukushim? Not the best mortar. How is Fukushim for resources, though? That's the question. I mean, he's still got some bank. He should be able to produce units and cope. But, no, he's kind of idling. Well, of course Strike Red has managed to spend his entire bank. He had to. I think most of it went on rails. I think he's got like full pop of rails over there. What? That's freaking 10. Gaussian missile barrage still seems kind of meh, but gonna get value. Oh, Cowofschmau gonna lose his carrier. Come on. This has been a very weird battle. That said, Cowofschmau in the back there killing all the logistics modules, so I expect this is pretty much over. That said, I mean, they still have another whole wreck to start taking advantage of, but I don't know if they've got the economy for it. Cowofschmau just going off to heal up all that damage he soaked up. Red is prepping for the second wave. Move up on the blow of the whistle. Oh, right, that's why. Fukushim had actually sent his 3rd battlecruiser over to here. Okay. Support your ally, I get you. He's managed to move it away just before it was needed, mind, but, you know, rip Sero. Where are we as far as artifact capture? Do they decide to go in that direction? One base runner available. But, I mean, I think they're going to go for the kill. Like, they've got a big enough lead. See, once upon a time, 2 battle cruisers in your face would have been scary. They're just dead. They did. They did melt. That said, there are 2 battle cruisers here. Fukushim using that smoke, keeping his battle cruisers safe, and meanwhile, Red is losing a lot of HP. He's down to half. That said, I would feel more confident if Fukushima actually had any health left on his cruiser, carrier, sorry, which he don't. Oh my god, was that? Yes, that carrier was just killed by skimmers. But you can even see who scored the killing blow. Mr. Super Elite Max Ranked Skimmer. So, yep, Red managed to lose his carrier. Because, you know, it's the way of things. No retreat. No surrender. And he's probably also quite confident that Cowofschmau will be able to clean it up, so... And that's a pretty good start. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I kind of feel sorry for Sero, but he's kind of sitting in it. So what's happening here is that Sero's waiting to die. He prefers to neatly pile his stuff ready to die. and there's just lots of rails and missiles and death. But the disco still goes on, so it's okay. There we go. And finally Seru gives up the ghost and explodes. Yeah, I mean, well played, I suppose. I will, however, admit that Red and Cow sat on one hell of a bank, so even after they horribly lost an offensive, they could just rebuild it all. But yeah, power of having the economy there. The fight always took place in Sero and Fukushim's base, so, you know, it was always going to end badly. But yeah, points to Cal for kind of coming through and just breaking it all down. That's it, special to Fukushim. Pulling out that early gunship got a lot of value. I just don't feel like he followed it up very well. The fact that it then just got killed by, you know, those interceptors coming out. And I think it was just downward spiral as the interceptors and strike fighters went toe to toe. My problem is that Red and Sero just kind of had a head-butting battle down here where they each kind of threw a brick at each other. I mean, it looks like they had fun, but it does feel like they literally just threw bricks at each other until one died. So, you know. And shockingly enough, Cow with all the stats, all the numbers,